Hello, my name is Maria Barrera, and today I will be presenting my English 1302 remix project. To start, I would just like to touch base on my project and the topic that it is on. For both my remix and my research paper, I decided to go with a almost traditional question, not quite. So, I decided that I would do marital instability and the effects that it has on children. However, when I started my project, I did want to go a different route and add something that not a lot of people take into account, which is marital instability. And that could be in the form of divorce, or that could also be in the form of, okay, we're married, however, we have a lot of physical, emotional, mental abuse, and our child is witnessing a lot of that. So, for my project, I decided to go with the divorce, the effects that divorce has on children, the effects of a happy marriage, and the effects of marital instability. And for my project, I decided that my audience would be to reach out to parents and find a way for them to visually see something that is going on with their child that they might not be aware of just because, well, my child looks okay, so that means they feel okay. A lot of times parents don't pick up on behavioral cues that children are giving them to show them that, okay, maybe I do need to talk to my child more, or maybe my child isn't feeling so well because of my marital status. So I thought that the best way to communicate that to parents would be to show them what a child's bedroom would look like when they are going through something, whether it be divorce, marital instability, or whether they're just living their happy life. So I decided I would show parents this by portraying different types of rooms and the child's state of mind if their room were to look something similar to this. And as we can see here, as I scroll down, there is three different types of rooms, and also some statistics and a quote. For me, the starting point of my infographic was the quote. I needed something that would grab the audience's attention, that would basically just want them to keep looking at the infographic. So I chose the quote, "Each day of our lives, we make deposits in the memory banks of our children." Basically, this is just telling parents that they have more of an impact on their child's lives than they sometimes realize. You know, parents may not always realize that a child watches almost their every move, and a lot of times children often mimic it, or they pick up on a lot of behaviors that maybe people as parents may not want them to, but are completely unaware of that they are doing so. And then here we have some reasons as to why parents wouldn't would feel like the child's state of mind is not their fault. And we have 30% of adults feel as though young people are able to conceal their emotions effectively, while 14% of adults that were in a study contributed not talking enough to the development of their child's mental illness. And while parents may not always think that their behaviors impact their children, it is a lot more than they think it is. And here is what a child who is happy, whose parents have a healthy, whether it be marriage or co-parenting relationship. I feel like this is a good way for parents to see that, okay, my child is happy. Because what we fail to take into account sometimes is that bedrooms are often an outlet of a way of children showing their emotional state. When we first get our bedroom, a lot of times we are excited because it is one of the first ways that we do express ourselves. And I feel like the bedrooms would communicate behaviors effective to parents. And for the second picture, we can see a messy room. Things are out of place, things are on the floor, there's shoes everywhere. And this is what a child's bedroom would look like if the child is beginning to be exposed to marital problems, arguments, abuse, and they begin to develop a few mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, and a lot of others. And a lot of times this will lead to the child not having the motivation to clean their room, or not having the urge to have a tidy bedroom, or just a child not want only focusing on the bad in their life. And as we can see here, I also included the fact that children who are more exposed to toxic behaviors show a decrease in cortisol levels, meaning the more that children are exposed to all the arguing, the fighting, the abuse, whatever it may be, they are more likely to have less happy hormone in their lives. And lastly, we can see a bedroom that's very bare, few things on the floor, not very much in the bedroom at all. And this would be a bedroom that for a child who, not necessarily through divorce, well, a lot of times in divorce, since divorces are more likely nasty, as some people would say, rather than healthy. So a child may feel like they are alone and isolated, and they may not take into a lot of interests. They may begin to show aggressive behavior. Basically, the child is just feeling alone, and that is what I was trying to portray through this last visual. And here we also have the statistics of 50% of marriages end in divorce. That can communicate to the parent that, okay, they are going through a divorce. They did go through divorce, and it's not necessarily their fault. Half of the people who are married, or who do get married, end up divorcing. And that was just kind of to alleviate some of the pressure, or the responsibility that the parent was putting on themselves. And along with another statistic of over 50% of children begin to develop signs of aggression after divorce. And the way that I wanted to portray the aggression in this picture would be through a football, because oftentimes parents will make children take up a sport to have an outlet for all of that aggression. Basically, well, that's all for the infographic. And basically, through my infographic, I just really wanted to help parents visualize their child's mindset when they are going through a very hard time in their lives. Sometimes parents may not see physical changes in their child, and they'll fail to take into account that they are impacting their child some way, somehow, when their child is witnessing their marital instability. And I believe that is all for this project. Thank you so much.